Okay, okay. We'll have to get back
Let's
to
knock it. Then we
airways.
get what we're gonna do. Okay.
All right, all right.
I'm gonna come outside the same time as the train was coming by. As you can see,
What's
it's
going on, man?
Hey, how
What's
you
going
doing,
on,
man?
Eric?
not a whole
Can you
lot.
hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
How's it going, man?
Good. Cannot complain. Just trying to make heads or tail of everything that's going on. Trying to get answers and
Man, we
that's what
praying
it's
for you
about.
guys out there, man. Tell the people where you at, Eric.
Yeah, I'm East Palestine, right in the center of town. As you can see behind me, there's actually currently a train passing me. So that's yeah, pretty close to my backyard. So when the train crashes here,
So the
I
tracks is literally in your backyard, huh?
I could throw a rock and probably hit that train if I
You
wanted
could,
to.
you,
Did,
man.
did, did you hear it when it initially crashed? Like you were able
Uh,
to hear it, feel it?
yes, I did. I did hear the initial crash. It was right around 9 o'clock. We were settling down for the night, and we did hear it. At that time, I told the wife I'm gonna get dressed, go out, see what's going on. I did do that, but they had already shut down most of the roads getting to there, so there was no getting towards that accident. So at that point, I swung back around, came home, and put the drone up, and got the footage that I did of the train basically ablaze at that time. It didn't take long for it to go up in the flames like that, so it was pretty quick.
It was
Yeah,
pretty
man.
quick, huh? How long did it burn?
I don't know, 3 days maybe. I don't know.
Oh shit.
It was it
Man,
burned.
hey, do you like
Yeah,
hey Eric, do you guys got like any symptoms, anything, headaches, anything from the films?
yeah. It's your eyes are burning occasionally. Your throat. Not all the time. A lot at night though, because the weather is like the moisture in the air kind of doesn't let that vapors get out of town. I guess so. It just kind of settles in, so it's harder at nighttime for sure. Um, or if you're near any water source, like the streams around here, they really stink pretty bad. Or if you happen to be downwind from the accident, yeah, it's hit and miss, but yeah, it's definitely not gone. The
Hey
air
man,
is
I think that hey Eric, I think that railroad company and the EPA are full of shit, man. They had the EPA on today, man.
Yeah,
Um,
I saw that.
they was telling people to trust them, man. How can you trust them when they say the EPA then brought say it's more chemicals than originally what it was? You know what I mean?
I believe it.
I don't know, man. I don't trust them motherfuckers, man.
They won't talk to any of us if we have questions. They won't talk. They only talk through a press conference to where it's controlled. But I mean, just today I'm sitting here and on my dining room table here, and I was working from home today, and I look out my back window and I see walking down the tracks is an EPA guy. I'm just assuming he's EPA, but he had full hazmat gear on. He had like the
Oh shit.
white outfit on. He had the mask on, talking to the breather, and he's flying a drone and some other test equipment. He's walking down the track. So if it's so safe, why is he like with full on gear in my
Right. Well, if it's so
backyard?
safe, exactly.
Yeah, but I'm all right to live here. So that just doesn't seem right to me.
Hey, that's another question I got for you, Eric. Why would they clear y'all coming back so soon, man?
A lot
Why
of the
would they
residents
clear? You
wanted
know what I mean? Why would they give y'all the all clear, man?
a lot of us wanted to come home, and I know they were pushing for it, but it doesn't mean you have to cave in and let us go if it's not safe. But at the same time, what a lot of residents wanted is we wanted to come home and get supplies. Some people had left their animals here without food and water. Some people, like, we were running out of clothes. Like the first night we got evacuated, we had on what we had on. We didn't take a bag with us. I grabbed my wallet, I grabbed the kids, the dog, the wife. We took off, and we pretty much slept with what we were wearing. Luckily, we were able to come back the next morning and get some more supplies. But a lot of people didn't have that option, and they ran out of stuff pretty quick. And they wanted to at least be able to get in their homes and get stuff.
Right.
Have you noticed anything with like the wildlife around there? Like are the birds and like the
Yeah, yeah.
trees
The
and shit?
fish and stuff. Are they the animals?
No, we have the same normal stray cats that we have as usual, but I think those stray cats are like immune to everything, so I wouldn't trust them. But I like birds. I mean, I'm not really. I hear trains a lot, but I haven't seen that. I know I was down by the waterway in downtown today, and there where they have the filtration systems going on, but that smells horrible. I didn't see any fish at that point at that little stream, but I'm pretty
Hey,
sure they cleaned all that up already.
Yeah,
Hey, Eric. So how far? Remember we talked on the phone the other day. Your concerns was the soil and the water source. How far is the Ohio River from there?
If I got in the car and drove from here, it'd take me about 25 minutes to get to the Ohio River, roughly. But it's not all direct route, so it's really not that
I
far.
heard that the that's like it feeds 6 states or something. The water system, Ohio River.
a tenth of the
Yeah,
population.
yeah.
Um,
I think there was a lot of chemical in there that they didn't tell us about. And my worry is they test the water right now in town in the wells, and they're giving the thumbs up like everything's good. But a year from now, when the news media is gone and nobody's paying attention anymore, and they didn't remove
Same
any of
thing
that
with Flint.
soil. Yeah, they didn't remove that soil. So like after we get rain for a year, that's just going to get in the system, and then guess what? All the help's gone, and they're going to say, "Hey, it wasn't us. It was safe when we were there."
well, Eric,
Yeah,
some advice, from Flint with dealing with our water shit. If Obama comes down there and he even starts to say science, you guys better run.
yeah. That motherfucker full of shit. He came here, drunk the water, and told everybody the water was good. Then so now the whole world think our water ain't no better than it was in 2015, man. You know what I mean? So if Obama come that way, run the other way.
Yeah, we are bottled water, so
Hey,
we're not drinking anything from the faucets. We don't trust that.
okay. I want to show let everybody know you have beautiful drawing footage of the train wreck. Hold on, I mean it ain't beautiful. The train wreck not beautiful, but you did a great job. I want
Yeah.
to show the people. Hold on a second. Man, this thing stick. Hold on. Hey man, you did a wonderful job, man. That's like footage that a lot of people don't have, man. What made you just break out the drone like that?
I've been following trains recently in the last few months and just working on Facebook page just as a hobby, just to get out of the house and do something. And
Right.
I had gotten the drone, so I've been practicing with taking out over the Ohio River or through bridges or following trains. So I kind of gotten used to that. And as soon as that happened, they had the road shut down. I couldn't get there, so I'm like, well, from our back
You,
porch, we seen the plume of smoke look like, I don't know, look like a bomb went off over there. So I was like, I got to put the drone up and see what's going on because I can't see it from here. So
you
we just,
did that from your front porch, right?
yeah, from my back porch. From my back porch, I flew
Back
the drone.
porch,
Yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, yeah. Now seen the smoke first, so we knew something was wrong because I mean, if you're standing like a quarter mile to a half mile from that smoke plume, yeah, you're gonna want to know what's going on because that was a very ominous cloud to see, to say the least.
Yeah, it's horrifying to see. It looked like Godzilla went through your town or something. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey Eric, how was the people's morale, man? How you know what I mean? I know we see a lot of stuff on the news, and
Yeah.
how is it really, man? How y'all really feeling, man?
So I at least feel fine. I'm just ready for it to get back to normal because this is a lot of stress. I'm trying to do, actually work while I'm figuring out like what I'm going to do for water filtration, air filtration now. What about these checks that they want to give us or reimbursements? Do we want to do that? Do I want to sit in line for 4 hours? There's just a lot of stress with that. But the big sentiment in town is we're not getting answers. There's nobody here. There is I never once seen a FEMA truck. I never once seen a state truck come in with water, food, shelters, anything of the sort. I think Red Cross, I think they may waved at us when they came through town. I'm not really sure if they stopped, but I know FEMA wasn't here. EPA hasn't talked to us, and the only thing the National Guard did was police us not to let us back into our house. They didn't really help.
Did you see that EPA interview today? The briefing?
I did not. No, I did not.
Hold on a second. Let me play like a minute of it for you. They said something about some checks too. Hold on.
What it promised. One other point to make, I think, is as Norfolk Southern writes checks of $1,000 and $2,000 for residents, I just ask Norfolk Southern to not force people. So far, we think they haven't done that, to force people to give up their legal rights to accept that money. There is no justification ever for that. These are people that are struggling, that some have lost their jobs, at least temporarily. Others have lost a great deal because they're away from home. Ms. Ferguson today we asked her about her hotel bills, and you can't stay in a hotel for a week without spending a lot of out-of-pocket money. And that's just something that Norfolk Southern needs to come. So my job will be to keep listening to people in East Palestine, and Caleb in my office, who lives in Mingo Junction, just one county south of here, will continue to monitor. He will be here regularly. I will be here as often as it takes. And most importantly, I will be watching Norfolk Southern. Watching them and letting them know I'm watching them is important as anything I can do. So am I introducing Congressman Johnson? Are you speaking next? I'm sorry. Congressman Johnson next. And then.
Man.
Yeah.
So
they full of shit though, because
$2,000 checks. Yeah, that's crazy.
They full of shit, man. That ain't $2,000. What's $2,000 gonna do for you guys, man?
Well,
You gonna buy it? You gonna spend that upon water?
I wanted to bring that up because that's the first I've heard of the $2,000 number being thrown out, because everybody here has been offered and accepted a $1,000 check. It doesn't matter if it was like 50 foot from your yard; it was $1,000. So that's the first I heard of 2,000. Unless he misspoke and was wrong.
It seemed like, you know what? The more closer. It should be the more closer, the more money you get. The more closer you was to the derailment.
Yeah, I mean, I own my property, so I'm not renting. I can't just pick up and leave. I can't just decide, hey, I'm gonna abandon my house, go buy another one because what the heck? And what am I supposed to do? I can't sell my home. My home is now nobody's gonna buy this, so I lost whatever value I had in my home is gone.
Hey, Eric, to piggyback off that, so what kind of town is East Palestine? Is it? I know it's not an uppity town. What is it? What type of town is it? Like
middle class?
Yeah, pretty much. It's normal. Any picture, middle of the country, middle class, small town. Right across the border. A lot of people here are working either.
You right by Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, I mean.
You're not too far from Pennsylvania, right?
That train accident was. I mean, a train accident was like a mile from the PA border. I mean, it's.
Okay.
I mean, PA border is right there. If I had to hop in my car, I could be in PA in like 4 minutes.
I got one.
I was gonna say, Eric. So, I mean, just considering that, it's just a regular middle class town. I'm just assuming a lot of people just can't afford to just go and get a hotel for a week right off the bat. Like, what happened to the people who couldn't afford it? Where they were forced evacuated? Is that right?
So we were forced evacuated. The police did come and they threatened to either charge and arrest you. If you had kids, they would charge and arrest you for like child endangerment. Is what we were being threatened with.
What?
Yeah. So they were basically threatening the child endangerment if we were in our homes after they forced us to leave on Sunday morning. So basically, they threatened to take our kids if we were still here. Jeez. And Norfolk Southern, they were wanting to give the checks and reimbursement and help with the hotel as a priority to the people who couldn't afford it first. We were okay too, so I just paid for it, and I figured I would come back at a later date, because every time I've walked into there, without fail, it's like it'll be 3 to 4 hours wait, and it's hard to wait 3-4 hours when you got the kids in the car, the wife in the car, So I figured I'd go back over there eventually, but yeah.
Hey, Eric, tell me what's up with that. I see they didn't already start replacing the tracks. It's like
Oh,
that's like profit over lives, man. They don't even care about
oh,
our lives. They're replacing tracks and shit.
I
What's
I
up with
have that
that, man?
on. I have that on drone too, with time clip stamped on that one. It's that accident happened at 9 o'clock on Friday night, and they had that new track gravel being delivered around 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, and new track being delivered about 4 or 5 o'clock on Saturday. It was
Wow.
16 hours after the accident, roughly 16, 17 hours, and they were already bringing track, laying them out all night. The next day, they started to assemble them like you would buy a toy set at the at a toy store. You just clipping them together, and they had workers. We're being evacuated, told that they'll take our kids and arrest us, but yet workers are out there without face masks on, without safety gear on, without anything of the sort, putting this track together so they could lay it out immediately. And they had that track in. Like when they lifted evacuation, we came in on the 8th. The first train rolled by 15 minutes after we were in our house. There was no waiting. They wouldn't roll it through before we got into our homes because they didn't want to have that problem, but they didn't hesitate. They had them lined up. I mean, there was one after another when we got back in our house.
So it seems like they're just going to protect the railroad companies and basically fuck you guys. Is that right?
Unless it's national news, unless there's some pressure on them, I think they're just going to wait for lawsuits and class actions. I think they pretty much come down to it to where they're not going to spend any additional money than they have to. They're going to wait until the lawsuits are done and see what the court says that they owe, and they're going to pay their fines and penalties. And that's it. They're going to write that off and probably file bankruptcy at that time and go on with business as usual. They're not
Now,
going to do
hey,
anything
now this is
illegal.
what I heard, Eric. I
Yeah.
was watching something today on YouTube, and they was like when the left wingers media covered it, it was basically a joke. Now that the right wingers covering it, it's a big deal. Man, it was a big deal anyway because y'all people. What the fuck? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Then they say, no, they brought the brain Trump out their ass again. They say Trump administration did what's that, the regulate whatever that is, but they say Biden uh administration had did they could have
Yeah.
regulated it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they didn't. That's why I call them corporate Democrats, man. Let's
The
call them
Republicans
motherfuckers
are
corporate
the
Democrats.
Republicans are blaming Democrats for not reinstating the law that was removed by the Republican president. That was put in place by the. I really don't care whether Republican or Democrat. I just care that
Right.
this town is not getting any help from either one of them, independent, Republican, or Democrat. We haven't seen any assistance. Like if it was a big city or some well-known, populated, wealthy area, they'd have FEMA tents set up to where you could have stayed instead of hotels. They would have had food, water, shelter, clothing, and everything brought in for you. They would have probably had medical personnel here, so when you had itchy eyes and sore throat and you're throwing up, like I've seen some videos of, you can actually go see a doctor without having to pay deductible, and half the town probably doesn't even have insurance. So what? It's coming out of pocket too for that already, just to go in for something that they caused. Why is that not being provided? I mean,
Right.
last I checked, we pay taxes the same as the next guy. So
Right.
I don't understand.
Hey, Eric, what's our governor name?
What's our government name?
Governors, yeah.
Governor.
Oh, governor. Oh, Mark DeWine.
Yeah, they had him. He said that there's nothing to worry about. Man, you got everything to worry about, man. What the fuck? I was like, I couldn't believe he said that.
Yeah, well, he was in
He
town
said
to
it's
make that
nothing to worry
announcement.
about. Then the EPA
Yeah.
they so corrupt, they gonna say that they might. They said they might clean it up. They might be responsible to clean it up. Man, I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Come on, man.
Well, Eric,
EPA
They
might
so
be
corrupt,
responsible. That's
man.
funny.
I don't
Yeah.
trust the EPA, man. I don't
No,
trust them
nor do I.
motherfuckers, man.
I think the most important question everybody is wondering, though, Eric, are you available? Are you able to go get your COVID vaccine if you want?
Yeah, I think the town's back up and running. They're good to go with that one. So
Hey, no, the world wanna. Hey, Eric, the world wanna know. Did the aliens do that spill? Did the UFO?
Hey, maybe.
That's what the world want to know.
I seen this movie a few years back, and I used to live in Weirton, West Virginia, and they filmed the movie in the back roads there. It's called like Super 8, where like a train crashed and there was an alien on it, right? I was
Right.
like, so I was like, I watched them film that, and then I was like, that happened. I'm like, the only good news that comes from this is if some alien comes here and just wipes everybody out. Because
Right. Nuke
everything
y'all to
else,
death.
yeah, it's like it's got to be covered up. They had a no-fly zone in effect for like 3 days. They evacuate the whole town. You can't get near it. You come back, suddenly it's all cleaned up. Trains are running again like nothing happened, except for your eyes are burning. So
Wow.
they definitely
Right.
didn't want anybody to see it.
Right.
They even shut down highways. They shut down everything to get to that location. You couldn't see anything.
Hey Eric, look in the camera, man, and tell America how you really feel about this, man. We're gonna let you go, man. I appreciate you too.
I mean, yeah, the only thing I can tell you is little towns need help too, and a lot of people out here struggling. Luckily, I'm a little more fortunate, but still, I pretty much lost the whole value of my home, and I don't know how to answer for that. I don't have the advice. There's the federal hasn't shown up, the state hasn't shown up, either one, and we're just sitting here holding the bag because Norfolk.
Hey,
Southern, they won't show
deja
up to
vu all
meetings or
over
nothing.
again. That's the
Yeah,
same thing with Flint, man. It's deja vu,
yeah,
man.
Coming
Like
to
you
a
said,
town near you, folks.
coming to a town near you. But like you said, when y'all not trending, it's like you said, a year from now. That's what you worried about, and
Yep.
I feel the same way. I felt the same way when the Flint water crisis hit.
Yep.
I said I'm worried about 6, 7, 10 months on down the line when you're not trend. You know what I mean? When everybody gonna forget about you. You know what I mean?
We have 60 plus trains rolling through here on a daily basis. A lot of them in the morning and some of them at night. You know, right now it's a pretty quiet time, but usually there's a lot of trains. I've seen them coming through this town, 200 train cars long. I mean, I see them coming through this town, 60 plus, 70. You know, I don't know. I can't gauge it. I don't have a radar, but they're flying through this town. You know, it was only a matter of time before something like this happened. They're going slow right now because everybody's watching them and the news is in town. But the moment the news is gone and the cleanup's gone and everybody forgets about it, they're going to start flying through town again with long trains. And it may not happen in this town, but it's going to happen somewhere else.
Right.
You know, yeah. So they need to.
That's the sad part about it. It's bound to happen somewhere else. You know what I mean? But
like
you got anything for him, Bryce? You got any more questions for him, Bryce?
No, I just I was trying to, because I was a little bit behind on the news, and I was trying to find out as much as I could. And YouTube, they only have so much pre-approved, CNN videos, and I was trying to find some town hall videos. Has there been any like town hall meetings, and are you guys getting together and talking with your officials?
We had a town hall meeting yesterday at the school that everyone was invited to. I did not go, but a lot of people live streamed it, so I did watch it. I didn't want to fight the crowd to get there, and I just got home from work, so I watched it. It was just our mayor and a couple officials in town. EPA wasn't there. The railroad wasn't there. No other federal agency or state agency besides our mayor was there to answer any questions. So the railroad felt that it would be a witch hunt, and they didn't want to come. They didn't want to call in, so they pretty much just left us. I mean, they just left us. Yeah.
All right, man. Eric, hey, man, we praying for you, man. Hopefully, man, they do the right thing for y'all, man. I'll stay in contact with you, man. I appreciate you coming on the Black and White Show, man.
Thank you, Eric.
All right, gentlemen, appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right.
All right.
God bless.
Wow, what a fucked up situation. See, I didn't hear anything about that on the news, about like they were threatening to take people's children if they didn't evacuate. Like, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, that's a fucked up situation, man. And like, that's a low income town, it's a poor town. That's fucked up, man.
Definitely.